If you're a new grad PA, it can be hard to figure out what job offer is actually best. Let's look at this new PA grad on Reddit trying to figure out if their offer in surgical oncology is better or worse than their offer in neurosurgery. I'm Kristen Burton. I'm a pulmonary critical care PA, and I've been a PA for 10 years. I've had jobs in hospital medicine, inpatient cardiology, and in the ICU. And so between my own personal experience and my work as the founder of Millionaires in Medicine, I've seen a lot of PA contracts. Let's break down what this person actually is going to earn at each job. Now, let me spill the tea first. The comments on Reddit were funny. Everyone seems very passionate that job number 1 is way better than job number 2. In job 2, they specifically mentioned things like, it's far from family and friends, it's in a small town, I won't be able to do procedures because there's a big resident team. All of those things feel a little bit less exciting, but let's talk not about the job satisfaction piece, but about the compensation. If you are a new grad PA and you start out professionally with a low-paying job, all you're doing is lowering the bottom rung of your ladder. Let me just explain what I mean. When you go to take a new job or negotiate your current job, there's always an expectation that you're going to get same comp or more, unless you have a job that has a huge lifestyle perk. Most of the time, HR will recognize that you're not taking a pay cut. So if you're already earning $180K, you're not going to take a job for $130. Well, what happens when you're the new grad and you let yourself start at 85? Think about how long it will take you just to get up to 130. People will feel like they're doing you a favor by giving you a $10,000 a year raise, but that $10,000 a year raise doesn't even get you close to the median salary for PAs. The new job, the first job, is very important that you work and negotiate to avoid being underpaid at all costs. One of the easiest ways to do that is to get multiple job offers, which is exactly what this new grad did. But here's what they don't realize when they're looking at their compensation. The numbers seem pretty close in terms of salary. They are not. Offer 1, surgical oncology, 3 12-hour night shifts a week. If you add up on an annual basis the total hours this person would expect to work in this position, it's $1,875. They're getting offered $155,000 a year to do it. Plus, a lot of their professional expenses are covered. We'll estimate that at $5K. We don't know anything about their employer match or the rest of their benefits, but we'll assume their total comp is around $160. If you take a total compensation of $160,000 a year and you divide it by the anticipated hours needed to work, you'll see that this person's hourly rate is about $85 an hour. Let's compare that to the neurosurgery job. They're expecting an alternating schedule, 3 12s per week with 4 12s per week, but oh, by the way, they anticipate all shifts will actually be 14 hours. So let's run the numbers. This job will require 2,548 hours per year. So like 700 hours a year more than the surgical oncology job. It gets worse. The compensation is straight salary. There's very little professional expense reimbursed. Now we're being offered $144,000 per year. When you look at the $144,000 for the year divided by the over 2,500 hours in a year that this job mandates, you're now looking at a total comp per hour of about $56. And so the other job, the surgical oncology job, actually has a almost $30 an hour premium over the job in neurosurgery. Now, of course, it sounds like one is night shift and the other one may not be, so that you would expect some type of premium and compensation on an hourly basis, but this is a very large spread between the two. And it is driven entirely by the anticipated longer hours of the neurosurgical position. If that job anticipated the same hours as the surgical oncology job, it would be a very different result. Now, this is just one step. I have a 6-step system I teach to help PAs and NPs figure out if they're underpaid. For all you know, your next big money move might actually be that you need to earn more for what you're already doing. If that's you, click below, go to that training, and get the 6-step system to figure out if you are leaving tens of thousands on the table each year.